And what do you think the UK does better than the USA?
Ooh, that's a good question. Pub culture. The sitting down, meeting new people over a pint of beer, I think is what we're very good at.
Have you ever been to the USA to compare the pop culture there with the one here?
I've been to New York. Has a lot of similar qualities with London, but a lot of different as well. I don't think it's more of a bar culture, so I think that's where the difference lies.
And what do you think the UK does better than the USA?
Men. Chocolate. Our chocolate is way better. Cadbury chocolate, as an example, Cadbury chocolate in England tastes different to Cadbury chocolate in America, and our version is much better.
Okay. So you say you think men in the UK are far better than men in the USA. Why do you say that?
There's nothing like British banter, and I just like British boys.
Nice. Very patriotic.
Yeah, exactly.
Even down to
Matter
the
of the heart. It's a real matter of the heart.
All right. And what do you think the UK does better than the USA?
Healthcare. I'm just going to say it. Healthcare. I mean, they might have easier access to stuff in the US by virtue of being private, but also as someone who's not got a lot of money, I do like the NHS. I think it's very effective. Underfunded at the moment, but very effective.
What kind of things have you heard about the US healthcare system, or I guess personally or from other people, that you say makes the UK health system that much better?
I'd say just in terms of accessibility, because people have huge debt just by virtue of being fine one day and having an accident or being really ill the next. So it's might be something where they're like, well, that's just part of our country, and there are these benefits that we have that you don't have. But coming from my perspective as someone who's never had to think about like, oh, I need to go to the doctor and it's going to cost this much, I can't even fathom it as a system, to be honest.
What does the UK do better than the USA?
Humour. I think we do humour better. I think we do. Well, I'm spending enough time in America as some people. I think we possibly do third spaces a bit better. Pub culture is obviously a famous thing, but I think we also have five-side football. We have book clubs and stuff. But also America associates better, by which I mean they have lots more politics all the way down the levels. So on a state level and the governor level and on the national level, I think they have better association with their politics. So I think that's true.
What do you think the UK does better than USA?
I would say the UK is very systematic. Like there's a lot of systems in place and it's very structured. Whereas I feel like America might maybe a little bit all over the place.
Is that based on your experiences in the USA or?
No, I've not been. I've not been. Yeah.
Okay. So just from what you've seen.
Yeah, just from what I've seen, like I mean, it's a massive country as well. So the fact that we're smaller is probably easier. But.
And what do you think the UK does better than the USA?
I'll be honest, man. We got our fish and chips and that. But in all honesty, I don't think there's any differences in that respect. I'll be so honest. I think each country to their own. We've all got our cultural differences and we're all as good as each other. So
you don't think there's anything the UK does better than the USA?
Personally, no. I think each to their own at the end of the day. Just embrace each other.
And what do you think the UK does better than the USA?
Oh, that's a good question. I'll be honest with you. I think the UK has got more opportunities, in my opinion, better than the US in terms of career. I'm not too sure how.
He's saying it because he's never stepped foot on the USA.
No, but I feel like,
Do you know? You have to speak from experience.
Yeah, I'm speaking from experience because I came from Africa. Yeah, and I was about 14. Yeah.
Okay. I think what the UK does well is unity. I think, especially as like Black British, I think there's a lot of unity within the UK. And I think when I went to America, there was sort of a bit of a division between Black Americans and Africans. I don't think it's like a big thing now, because I think a lot of Africans right now, it's cool to be African. So I think right now the division is not as big, but I do believe that being here in the UK has allowed me to embrace my blackness, has allowed me to embrace my culture so much more than anything. And I'm not sure if that's always something that is celebrated or embraced in the US.